All right, guys, just jump in here real quick. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment below on what you think about what we're getting into on this video with the modifying the hood pin kit to work for the tilt front end and checking out the drive shaft loop that we're probably going to run. So let's get on with it. All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Starting this one off, we left off showing you the engine and trans in it, and we needed that suspension. I'm looking at the suspension. The transmission mount, my dad ended up stopping and grabbing one. I got one of the energy suspension bushings, so I'm going to hop under there and make sure it mounts up to the transmission as well as the cross member really quick, just to be sure that works. And one other thing I wanted to go over really quick to start it out. Now that we know everything fits really well and sits where we want it to, we are actually going to bring over the 455 that we're going to run in this car, because on the earlier Pontiac V8s, it's kind of hard to see. See if we can zoom in here. The bosses for the engine mounts right here, you only have 2 spots. So I think it was starting in 70, you actually have 4 locations. So we can actually come forward more and be able to make a set of engine mounts a lot easier. So, with that being said, at least we know everything fits and is working the way we want it, so we can get that old 455 basically torn down and stripped down, get everything pulled out of it since we're getting rebuilt, and then basically bring the bare block with the heads and the dual 4 intake over here and get the thing set back down in there and get the engine mounts made. So as for now, we're going to kind of hold off on the engine mounts until we get that one over here. But for now, I'm going to jump under there and see if this thing fits. And as I expected, it lined up just fine with the cross member and the transmission. So we're good to go. All right, what's up, guys? New day. Got the rest of the 4-speed stuff laying out over here, all the linkage and whatnot. I know I mentioned doing these new hood pins because the ones that were on here obviously work great, but they're just kind of nasty looking and don't have the through hole to put the cool clips. So until we get some nice weather, which we got a break today and it's nice enough to open the door, but as you can tell, it looks like some rain's coming. It's been raining every day. Until I get over and get the 455 that has the different engine mount locations, we're kind of holding off on the fitment right now until we figure out what mounts we want to run. So I'm going to jump over on these guys, which is what we got sitting over here. Bought a kit of these, so they're pretty nice, stainless. Got the holes, nice smooth top, and all the hardware you need. So go ahead and pop these out and show you guys how I'm going to do it, because these studs are a little bit, the thread pitch is a little bit bigger and different than what's in the factory. So I'll show you guys how I'm going to go about doing it myself. So in case you're wanting to use this similar kit, you can do it too. All right, got one kit opened up. And obviously we got 2, because you got 4 spots to do. So we got 2 kits. I don't think I showed this up close. This is pretty cool. Got the Hurst H on the rubber and the nice aluminum perimeter for the shifter. So that ought to look really neat in there. But I think, let me grab the other one here. All right, so as you can tell, substantially shorter, and the thread pitch is different. So what you basically, what I'm gonna start out doing is measuring the length, get this one cut down, and go from there. And then I should be able to drill the hole, or the factory welded nut, drill it out just a hair bigger, where I can slip this through, nut on the bottom, nut on the top, tighten them together with lock washers, and that should take care of it. And same for the bottom as well. So we'll go ahead and start by getting these measured up and cut down, and we'll go from there, see if we can get that drilled out and get one of these mounted in at about the same location this was, so we know it'll work. All right, here it is there. So I got my drill bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one drilled out and make sure the idea I want to do is gonna work. So I'll set you guys up for a little time lapse while I drill this out, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna do this, and then probably do the bottom one, And that way I'll at least show you one side, so then you can obviously do the exact same on the other. Got that ready. Started out with a 7/16 and then ended 2 steps above that, which I do believe I have a bunch of multi. So it was a 15-30 seconds is what I ended up doing. It fits in there perfect with very little play. So that's all done. So I'm gonna get to chucking up the new stud in the vise, cut it off so we can get this side done. All right, there it is. I'm gonna get a stainless nut for the top, but for now, for mock-up purposes, it's perfect. Clean the shavings out of there and we'll be good to go. It looks much nicer. Pretty stoked. And then I forgot on the bottom, the front of the rocker is the fender bolt, just a through bolt. So we can use the washers and what we got and go right through there and be good to go. As you can see where the other one was at there, you can see the outline. So we'll get it evened up like that and we should be in business, and it should just go right back the way it was. There's the top and here's the bottom. All done. Just need to stop and get some stainless nuts and washers, obviously, so you can tell the hole's a little bit bigger. I just have it pinched for now. Just get some lock washers and flat washers for that and some stainless nuts. Same for the top, and that should be about it. So I'm gonna jump over on this other side, get it knocked out, and then probably go get some nuts and washers like I just said and show you guys the finished product. Okay, the next day I got to the hardware store. So I'll show you guys these hood pins with all the hardware on. Now obviously they're not, I have them tight, but they're not fully adjusted yet until we can get this front end back on it. That's the way we'll know exactly how high or in or out we want them. But anyway, here is the stainless hardware. Lock washers on the bottom, flat washer on top. Got this one done as well. And this side is all done. And the pin holes may not be exactly where we want them right now, because like I said, I just got them tight for now, so when we do refit this front end, then we can adjust them accordingly and rotate those pin holes exactly where we want them, especially when we put the, so I think we're gonna put them on a little tie strap, so that way when we take the pins out, we don't lose them, they can just kind of dangle. So as for that, that's knocked out now, so hopefully we can move on and get some good weather where I can get over and get the other engine so we can swap that stuff back around and re-mock it up for engine mounts. Something else I forgot to show, we got this drive shaft loop. My dad's had this one laying around for a while, so what we're gonna do is slide up under here and just kind of get an idea where it's gonna sit real quick. This is probably about roughly the area it will be. So as you can see, it obviously sets above the frame rails, which is good. That means it's not going to drag on the ground. So we'll probably set it something like this, or honestly, probably be easier to bolt it directly to the floor, but you may run into that loop hanging too low like that. So if we do it the other way, I can make some brackets right off the edge of the frame rail and make this thing work pretty easy. All right, that'll wrap it up for this one, guys. Sorry it was such a boring, anticlimactic video, but we're just kind of fighting weather on getting this 455 over here to tear it down and get it mocked up. So look forward to the next video. We'll swap this stuff back out and we'll tear into that 455, get it blown apart so we can get the torque converter and flywheel off the back of it. And then we'll kind of slap it back together so we can get it mocked up in here and fit up those factory headers and know exactly where we're going to put these engine mounts when we fabricate those up. So as for now, that's pretty much it. So we'll see you guys in the next one.